Good morning and welcome to SpokeTV. I'm Adam Reinhart.
And I'm Nadia Alawad.
Here's a look at what's been happening in the region this week. Nestle's water taking in Guelph continues to prove controversial. However, with the recent passing of a staff report on the issue, it seems some common ground has been struck. SpokeTV's Brittany Bordelon investigated these recent developments.
Guelph City Council agreed on 8 recommendations that are being sent to Queen's Park to help them review water taking permit regulations within the province. The council met Monday, November 28th to put forward recommendations including consulting First Nations communities affected by water taking from bottled companies, development of a provincially funded water management program, and overall promotion of quality tap water consumption. One councillor, James Gordon, is particularly happy with the meeting's outcome.
Community water needs have to take precedence. There has to be a priority when it comes to corporate water taking and our growth and our drought conditions. We have to make sure that the community is looked after first.
Despite controversy over whether Nestle is a key player in Guelph water taking, Mayor Cam Guthrie says Guelph residents have no reason to be concerned.
Water taking that's happening from Nestle is not having any effect on Guelph's water supply at all. They are in a different water sub-watershed than what we are, so they draw from a place that's different from us.
Many City of Guelph councillors are hoping to see plastic water bottles eliminated from the community completely.
Water should not be for profit. Water is life. Water is a community commons. It shouldn't be for sale.
Currently, the province of Ontario has set a January 1st, 2019 moratorium prohibiting any new or increased use of groundwater taking for bottling companies. For SpokeTV, I'm Brittany Bordelon.
Thanks, Brittany. Another controversial issue is that of self-driving cars. With new technology coming out all the time, it's important to take the time to fully test the safety of these latest developments. As technological trends continue on the road toward automated innovation, the prospect of driverless cars may be closer than we think. With Ontario becoming the first Canadian province to allow automated vehicle testing on public roads, the University of Waterloo has been named as one of 3 companies set to test them locally. UW, along with a subsidiary of BlackBerry and automakers the Erwin-Heimer Group, will begin testing autonomous vehicles as soon as January 1st as part of a 10-year provincial pilot project. The university in particular will be testing a Lincoln MKZ hybrid sedan that has been nicknamed Autonomous. The tests themselves must be conducted with a licensed driver behind the wheel to ensure for maximum safety, but the vehicles will essentially operate on their own, using an internet connection and a sophisticated system of sensors.
With a local 11-year-old recently being pulled over while driving down Highway 400 after playing popular video game Grand Theft Auto, the argument for whether video games are helpful or harmful has been sparked once again. SpokeTV's Alan Broadhagen talks to parents and gaming experts to get their take on the effects that video games can have on young players.
The argument on whether or not video games have a negative effect on children has been growing as they continue to become more accessible. Video game store manager Helen Reese says that she tries to let parents know what kind of content is in a game when a parent is about to make a purchase that might be rated M for mature.
Every time there's a parent in the store and it's an M-rated game, we'll say, hey, you are aware this is M-rated, and we'll read the reason on the back because it'll say like intense violence or gore or language or sexuality.
Jamie Haynes makes sure the games her son Liam plays have the kind of content that's appropriate for him.
Never buy like an R-rated game for him because he's only 8. But he, Mario, games that I know are for kids, I'm fine with them.
Yeah, I also do like Minecraft or Roblox.
With over 1.2 billion gamers worldwide and factors such as mental health, family background, and even gender, it's no wonder why research groups can't collectively decide on whether video games hinder or help the growth of children. Video game streamer Robbie Matson, who's been playing video games his whole life, says that video games get a bad reputation when it comes to violence and acting out, and that those feelings sometimes come from other places.
Violence, like it doesn't fuel the violence. I think the violence is fueled from something else. School, bullying, or something at home, something like that, but I feel like it's released in video games.
For Liam, he doesn't worry about the rating and the content in his games. He trusts his mom to make sure he's playing the right ones. For SpokeTV, I'm Alan Broadhagen.
The holiday season is officially here, and that means lots of festive gatherings. For local police, it also marks the start of the Festive Ride program. Stephanie Gick has more about the spike in impaired driving seen in the region in the recent weeks.
Thanks. There's been a recent increase in drinking and driving charges in Ontario, and residents are wondering what's going on. Ontario Provincial Police have had a busy few weeks on the roads. At the end of November, they laid over 100 charges between Toronto and the Waterloo region. Local resident Stephanie Chazon says she knows people that have driven while under the influence.
Oh, absolutely. I've had so many friends admit to it.
Statistics from Mad Canada show that 58% of vehicular deaths are caused by impaired driving. Director of Operations of Mother's Pizza, Adrian Cloutier, has been in the industry for over 10 years and knows when someone has had enough.
Well, usually, people who want to over-order, like they're looking to order doubles, they're looking to order over 3 or 4 beverages in one setting, are typically a sign that somebody's looking to get intoxicated.
Some people believe that punishments for drunk drivers need to be more tough.
I think the drinking and driving laws should be changed so that the victims' families get a sense of justice. Kind of closure at the same time.
Last weekend, police in Waterloo region laid 8 impaired driving charges in just a few hours. With the busy holiday season coming up, we can expect to see more ride programs and hopefully less charges. Back to you.
Thanks, Stephanie. Southern Ontario has become known over the past few years for its booming tech sector. Maddie DeMart has a report on recent efforts to keep young local innovators in Cambridge.
Conestoga College has asked for $500,000 spread over 5 years from the City of Cambridge to help fund the new Applied Research and Technology Hub in downtown Guelph. College students will work hand in hand with local tech companies at the brand new Grand Innovation Center, set to open in the former Tiger Brand factory. This college research hub is expected to be a part of the recently unveiled Gaslight District, a development proposed to take over Southworks Mall. The Gaslight District is envisioned to be a thriving hub in a revitalized urban core, featuring residential towers, boutique shops and restaurants, modern work environments, and cultural attractions. For SpokeTV, I'm Maddie DeMart.
And now we go to Adam Reinhart with a look at this week's weather.
Thanks, Nadia. Today we can expect some unseasonable warmth with a high of 4 degrees and a 60% chance of showers. However, it's looking like a snowy week from here on out with a chance of flurries every day until Sunday. We're looking at a steady drop in temperature over the next week as well, with 0 degrees on Wednesday, -1 on Thursday, -2 on Friday, and -4 on Saturday. On Sunday, we can expect a rise back up to -1 and a 60% chance of flurries. Nadia?
Thanks, Adam. The holidays are the perfect time, not only for giving, but for giving back. Here's Maddie DeMart with a look at this year's efforts by the local food bank.
The holiday season has made its way to the Waterloo region.
So we are delighted that the train is here. Oh my gosh.
The Canadian Pacific Holiday Train has returned to the rails for the 18th year to raise money, food, and awareness for food banks and hunger issues across Canada and the United States.
CP Holiday Train is a great kickoff to the holiday season to get the Christmas memory started.
Although there are 2 separate trains, the one that visited Cambridge started in the U.S. and will end its journey on December 17th in Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. The train is about 1,000 feet in length with 14 railcars decorated and hundreds of thousands of Christmas lights. This is the 12th year the train has stopped in Cambridge, and this year's performers are Doc Walker and Kelly Prescott. The opening act, Stacey Kay, is a Cambridge native and performed while the train was arriving at the Malcolm Street station. Thanks to support from communities like ours, the train has raised over $10.6 million and 3.6 million pounds of food since 1999.
It's to promote the food bank, and oh my gosh, like people are so generous. I'm sorry, oh my God. Like when you're really short on certain things and you know that it's going to come in today in the train, or you know that we're going to get money, people are really generous. I mean, they donate $5 for a hot dog, for crying out loud.
The CP Holiday Train is the perfect way to start the holidays. It's an event that allows people from coast to coast to come together and help battle hunger issues. For SpokeTV, I'm Maddie DeMart.
Thanks, Maddie. With the holidays approaching, it's a great time to not only donate your money or belongings, but also your hair. SpokeTV's Tyler LaCours took a look at the Pantene Beautiful Lengths event at Conestoga College.
It's the holiday season, and while most of us are asking for gifts and toys, Conestoga student Leanna Little is giving back while hosting an event that raises money for a good cause.
Here for the holidays, and we're raising money for Pantene Beautiful Lengths. They make wigs for people who have lost their hair due to cancer treatments.
People could donate their money directly to the raffle, or they could pay money to take a shot at the chimney. Those people who got it in the hole got a delicious treat for their donations. And those who weren't so lucky still got compensation from the sponsors. Overall, it was a good time enjoyed by everyone. For SpokeTV, I'm Tyler LaCours.
Thanks, Tyler. And now for a look at entertainment. Ray Shremmerd and Gucci Mane's Black Beatles remains undefeated as the song has held the #1 spot in the Billboard Hot 100 for the 3rd week in a row. The track's popularity grew at a rapid speed, powered in part by the Mannequin Challenge. The song is featured on their 2nd studio album, Shrem Life 2, released back in August. Barbie the movie has been announced and will be starring none other than Amy Schumer. The film, based on a doll loved by many for decades, has been in the works for several years now, with several different takes. Although previous movie attempts featuring the doll have never seemed to work, Sony believes they have finally got it right. It's said to be an Enchanted-style mix of animation and live action, which sees Schumer evicted from Barbie Land for her unconventional behavior. The film is set to be released in 2018. Drake's father has decided to get back to a music career of his own. Dennis Graham has just released his new single, Kinda Crazy, after announcing that he was working on new material and sharing a snippet sometime back in August. The Memphis native worked as a musician in Toronto for over 20 years, playing with Jerry Lee Lewis as well as his own band.
At New Hamburg's annual Tree of Light fundraiser, the Christmas tree was lit and families were brought together, all in the name of charity. SpokeTV's Christina Bruce tells us what people thought of the event.
The Tree of Light ceremony, which began 32 years ago, is hosted by the Lioness Club. President of Lioness, Janet Dawson-Brock, says that joining the club was the best decision she's ever made because it's given her the chance to raise over $4 million for local charities in Kitchener-Waterloo and New Hamburg. Just last year, they gave away $20,000.
So that's a lot of money, and there's about 35 of us, 30 to 35 in the club, and to give away that amount of money is pretty spectacular.
The event is known to bring the community together and inspire people helping people. Audio production volunteer Rob Esposito says that he helps out because he wants to give back.
Giving back to the community's been excellent to me and to my family, and it's the least I can do.
The Tree of Light ceremony, which has raised over $300,000 since its start, has made many donations to local charities in the area. I'm here to find out what people feel about the event. Michael Harris, MPP for Kitchener-Conestoga, attends the event every year because he says it makes the most out of giving back.
The Lion and Lioness, it contributes back to our community. As you heard, over $300,000 raised over the years going to worthwhile projects.
Harold Albrecht, who is MP for Kitchener-Conestoga, says that the money raised has made a big impact.
You think sometimes that you give $5 or $10, it's not a big deal. But if everybody just chips in a little bit, over time, it makes a big difference.
So far this year, over $8,000 has been raised. For SpokeTV, I'm Christina Bruce.
Thanks, Christina. It really is great to see how the holidays bring out people's generosity like that.
Yeah, it really is the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, and it almost feels better to give to those in need than to your own family and friends sometimes.
And a great way of giving back is by donating to charities in someone's name.
That's a really great idea. It really doubles down on the spirit of giving like that.
Well, that's all we have for today. Be sure to check out SpokeTV.ca and look for us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. For SpokeTV, I'm Nadia Alawad.
And I'm Adam Reinhart.